Buckets.
Hello and welcome to episode 83 of Two Man Game with Damon and Dom. And if you haven't seen it, we did have a launch, a rebrand, now under the umbrella Ethical Ball, with this podcast as well as 22 Man Game, which you'll get the first episode of probably next week. Uh, but here we are, Dom and I back at it again, talking hoops. Dom, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I had a great time talking with you and Jared and introducing Ethical Ball to the world. I'm really excited about that brand and the umbrella of everything and just talking about sports that we love, with the passion of true fans that aren't there just to watch, people succeed and fail. We're just there for the sport because we love it. It means a lot to us. So I'm really excited to listen to your podcast 22 Man Game whenever it comes out. And I'm really excited. We talked a lot about doing like overlapping episodes too, and just love hanging out with Jared too. It's always fun to have three of us on at the same time. Besides that, though, I'm doing good. I'm having a good weekend. I went to two pool parties yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Friends were celebrating birthdays, so that was really fun. I was out in the sun and swimming, and I'm probably gonna go play basketball after this because I just want to keep being active. Want to feel good about that. So, yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you doing? How's Texas?
Doing all right. Texas is not all right.
I
Of course, all
know.
the flooding and stuff like that. I don't know if we talked about it last pod. Um, so that isn't good, obviously. Aside
Yeah.
from that, it's it did rain. Like I think I talked about this last time. It rained like 5 days in a row, over the course of like Fourth of July weekend, and still has been raining off and on here all week. So I've wanted to get out because I got a new bike. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, that was sick.
and I rode it once for about 20 minutes, and I was like, I don't think my legs knew that they could do this anymore. It's like they were just not used to that motion. So I was
It's
definitely
it,
feeling that.
it's crazy. I'm really glad you got a bike. Austin especially is like I loved having a bike in Austin.
Yeah, so hopefully I can get out there more when the weather permits. That's the goal. Other than that, can't complain too much. I too am excited about the prospects that lie ahead. Just like Summer League prospects, which we're not going to talk about today. We're just going to wait until Summer League is done, and then we'll
Yeah.
just do it all in one fell swoop.
Yeah, I will say though, hearing about it and seeing stuff about it does make me miss it. I really loved it when we went. So maybe we could try to go next year or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. It was such a fun time just to like watch
Once we
basketball
have
for like
our
12
NBA
hours.
sponsored trip to Summer League, it'll be great.
Yo, say less. I'm there. You know I'm there. But no, yeah, we won't talk about summer league, but it's kicking off and it seems like there's a lot of fun being had over there. So should be good and excited to talk about. But we got some other things to talk about first.
We do.
And that's something I found and I sent it to you because I was confused. But here, let's talk about it. 2K26, the best video game ever exists
I
is
don't know about
2K.
that one, boss.
The cover athletes are going to be Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Carmelo Anthony, and Angel Reese. So,
Yes.
I think so. This is like the collector's cover. Like this is the one that's kind of
Hmm.
like all of the extra perks that you can buy. Like the game just itself is going to be just Shea Gilgeous-Alexander on the cover. Which I don't know if you also noticed, but on the cover, Al Horford is on there twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like they got a still image, but then they there's Al Horford in the back, but then they also put his leg in the foreground too. So it's just he's in it twice.
No, I didn't notice that. That's funny.
It's interesting, but yeah. So what do you think about these cover athletes?
Yeah, I mean, SGA MVP champion, no brainer there. Makes sense to me.
Hmm.
Carmelo Anthony, kind of the legend of this edition they usually have. I feel like it's always been like Michael Jordan or Kobe 18 times. So,
Literally,
switching up, I guess it was Vince Carter last year, right? So Carmelo
yeah.
is interesting 'cause he feels like he hasn't been on the league that long. Um,
I mean, the
you
last he
know,
was in the league, last in the Lakers in 2022.
yeah. So, I mean, I guess it is a little bit of time ago, and now I don't know if he's been inducted into the hall yet. I don't know if it's too soon for that. I don't remember talking
I don't
about it.
think so. I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
think we've talked about it. Yeah, but he will for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm sure, you have to get permissions and stuff to do this too, so it's not like you can just throw whichever athlete you want to on
Yeah.
there. They have to also want to be on there, so that could play a part in it too. But I can imagine like Tim Duncan is like, no, actually, I'm good.
Yeah.
Um, but Tim Duncan would be a great, some of those older
Absolutely.
guys that are a little older, I think, for that addition, because Carmelo's like pretty recently retired.
Yeah.
Um, and like I was telling you for Angel Reese, this feels like obviously having a W athlete out there is good. Glad
Hmm.
that they did that. It feels like SGA was like the now and Carmelo is like the legend and Angel Reese is like the up and comer. Like that, it feels like they have three iterations of player on there. And I do think Angel Reese was an all-star last year, her rookie year, and probably will be this year too. She's actually been hooping lately over there in the WNBA. Um, but yeah, it's an interesting choice because I feel like there weren't so many WNBA players for so long that there's probably some older WNBA athletes they could kind of pay attention to because when they were up and comers, they weren't on the cover of
Yeah.
games. So we texted about it a little bit. The Kelsey Plums and Asia Wilsons,
I was
Diana
saying Asia
Taurasi,
Wilson.
Super, blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
That's I think Asia Wilson would have made the most sense. She's been like MVP 3 times. Angel Reese is
Yeah,
still like so new, and like I honestly also feel like the I think she's a controversial pick because there's a lot of stuff that I've seen like about her attitude and how she plays basketball. Like I feel like it would have been maybe safer to go with someone else who's up and comer, but I didn't even know what team she was on, honestly. I know the name, of course, but and I follow the WNBA. I just don't see that much about Angel Reese. So that's why I was a little confused. Like I was like, why not Caitlin Clark? I mean, but maybe that's like too obvious, you know? So
fair.
um but you know, uh, it's
Well,
here's the thing. Here's the
neither of
thing.
us are buying this
Regardless,
game anyways.
literally, I was about to say that. Regardless, doesn't matter who's on it because I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, make a better game and I'll think about it.
Exactly. Make a
Like
game where I can't pick where I'm drafted to, and then I'll think about it.
college football 26 came out. I had
Yeah.
25. 25 was really good. I haven't got 26 yet. Um, but 25 was real good, way better than Madden.
Cool.
So, and they're making, by the way, I don't think we talked about this. They're making a college basketball game, I think.
Oh, really? Probably because of the
Yeah.
success of the football one,
Hmm.
right? That makes sense. Cool. I won't play it, but that's cool.
Fair.
I don't like college basketball. I don't. Yeah, we've
Yeah,
talked
it's
about it.
definitely a lesser quality of game.
Yeah, but you know what isn't lesser quality of game? The NBA, the NBPA, the National
There you
Basketball
go.
Players Association.
Yeah, the Rockets' own Fred VanVleet elected as the new president of the NBPA, succeeding CJ McCollum, who is going to stick around as an advisor. He was the president the last 4 years. So shout out Fred VanVleet. He's kind of old. He's like 30 already, so he'll be getting towards the end of his career in this 4 year NBPA term.
Yeah,
Um, but great.
yeah. I like Fred a lot. I think he's cool. I think he'll be a good one for sure. Was it
Freddie.
Chris Paul before CJ McCollum, right?
I think Chris Paul has had a reign in there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Also, the 2025 in-season tournament groups were announced.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, I saw that I was listening to some podcasts and like seeing some stuff about it, and no one they would like just mention it but not talk about it. I was like, we should at least talk about it a little
Let's talk
bit.
about it. Let's
Yeah,
give
okay, so we got
our way too early in season group predictions.
I mean, it's a little insane. Okay, so it's West Group A is
Okay.
Thunder, Timberwolves, Kings, Suns, Jazz.
Okay. Who do you got winning that group?
Uh, Thunder.
Thunder. I'll take
Yeah.
the Thunder.
Yeah.
T-
West Group B, we got Lakers, Clippers, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Pelicans.
This is a good group. This is I don't
Yeah.
this one's tougher for me to pick winners of. Who do you got?
I low key want to say Pelicans.
That is not even a team I was considering, the
I
Pelicans.
know, but the reason why is because like I feel like this is the beginning of the season, and I feel like they're going to be really good, and then just teeter out again. So I was
Mm,
like, they might be really good this
they
season
were in it
or the
either
beginning.
last year or the year before. They've been in it before, I remember.
Yeah, so I feel like Pelicans or Clippers, in all honesty.
I was thinking Clippers as well.
Yeah.
You don't think the Lakers? You don't think the LA Lakers have a shot here?
My LA Lakers, who have done basically nothing for the offseason. Let me think about that real quick. No, I don't think
If
so.
Kyrie was healthy, I would consider the Mavs, but him being unhealthy, just yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. West Group C, we got Rockets, Nuggets, Warriors, Blazers, Spurs.
Rockets, easy.
I might go. I might go Spurs.
That's crazy. Only other team I'd consider the Nuggets. Okay, and don't you usually get a wild card out of the three, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
somebody
So
else.
it's exactly. So I think it's two from each group, and then like one extra goes like to the
Is
next.
it two? I thought it was only eight teams. I thought it was one from each group and one extra.
Well, there's six groups,
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. One from each group and then one extra West, one extra East for eight
probably.
total teams.
Yeah, probably.
My wild card in the West, I'll take the Wolves.
Yeah, I like Wolves. Wolves or Nuggets. I'll
Yeah,
go
Wolves are not
Nuggets.
those are the two I was
Yeah,
between. So
yeah,
we got the Thunder, the Clippers, the Rockets, and the Wolves or Nuggets.
yeah. I'm
Or the
cool with that.
Pelicans if you're dumb. Um
It sounds like you're saying if you're dumb.
Dom, Dom,
No,
Dominiquis.
Dom, 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 Dom. No, no, no. East. So East Group A is Cavaliers, Pacers, Hawks, Raptors, Wizards.
Give me the Hawks.
Yo, I was gonna say Hawks. Let's
Give me the Hawks.
go. Give me the Hawks. East Group B, Celtics, Pistons, Magic, Nets, 76ers. I
That magic
paused
logo threw
because
you off.
yeah, I was like, wait a second, that's
What is
different.
that?
Who do you think? I'd probably say Magic.
I'll say the Pistons to that was the other team I was in between here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Pistons Magic, either or.
Yeah, and then we got Group C: Knicks, Bucks, Bulls, Heat, Hornets.
Knicks.
Knicks, yeah. And then
Knicks.
Knicks, and then wild card will be Pistons or Magic, right?
Or Cavs in that group A.
That's not a bad one. Not a bad one. Anyways, in-season tournament will be interesting. I'm excited for the courts. I think
Are you?
but I, I, I
I'm excited to
actually,
see what uniforms we cook up this year, of
it's
course.
mostly the uniforms, but I mean, I like when there's some kind of, performative
Hmm.
when you a spectacle, and like the courts are definitely a spectacle, if nothing else.
Did you like when the
So,
Thunder used their city courts and jerseys in the playoffs?
no, again, I thought that was no, of course not. I hated it. I'd rather have four finals trophies in the corners
Oh
like
my
that
God.
than
The
have
final
like the
trophies were
city
such a
jersey.
disaster.
Dude, just put the big one in the middle. Oh, it's distracting. Or really, the red court, the whole entire red court is distracting. Anyways, let's go on the free agency news, man.
Free
I don't want
agency. Uh,
news.
some deals since last time. Kyle Lowry signing a 1-year deal to return to the 76ers. Kyle
Oh,
Lowry's so old.
he's so old. I didn't realize he's been on more than five teams too. Did you know that?
Grizzlies, Rockets, Raptors, Sixers, Heat. That's
Yeah, I
five.
forgot he was on the Grizzlies and Rockets. I totally forgot that ever happened. To
Yeah,
me, he
it was.
started on the Raptors for whatever reason. Obviously, he didn't.
Yeah, I mean that's like when his career really took off. So
Yeah. And then we got Jordan McLaughlin signed a 1-year, $3 million deal to return to the Spurs. Okay, to be on the bench behind Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox. That's
yeah,
crazy.
he's not going to get too much run, I don't think.
Yeah, I like him as a player. It's just I don't really see
Bald King.
Bald King. Love a Bald King.
Um, Marvin Bagley signed a 1-year deal with the Wizards, and he got traded from there at the deadline. So he got traded from the Wizards to the Grizzlies, and then went into free agency and just went back to the Wizards.
What
So
the
I liked
wait?
it over there.
What was the deal that got him over to the Grizzlies? I can't
It
remember.
was in the Marcus Smart trade, I believe.
Okay, okay, gotcha. So he just went back to the Wizards. Okay, cool. I mean, Wizards are interesting.
They got a lot of stuff over
Yeah, I would
there.
love to just talk about them for 20 minutes at some point, but
Yeah,
not right now. Absolutely not. I like this one. Cole Anthony signed a 1-year deal with the Bucks after being bought out by the Grizzlies. I like this. I think the Bucks needed more guard play. I mean, is Cole Anthony
they
like
did.
your like the best guard ever? I don't know why I went so far. No, he's not. But he's a really good player. He's a microwave. He can score off the bench, and he has his moments. He can come off the bench and score 25. some games and then like plays decent defense. And I like him more than Kevin Porter Jr., I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
But I don't know if he'll start over him because he's not getting paid as much.
probably not.
But yeah, I like Cole Anthony for the Bucks. That's not moving the needle too much, but it's better than they're a better team than they were before.
Yeah, I guess the Grizzlies they had John Morant, Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen Jr. So I guess they just didn't really foresee a role for him after getting him back in the Desmond Bane trade. But
Yeah,
I mean, Cole Anthony is a fine NBA player, so
absolutely. I thought it was a little weird that he didn't end up going somewhere right after because I also didn't feel like he was going to be end up on the Grizzlies,
hmm
playing minutes. And I keep forgetting KCP's on the Grizzlies now.
yeah, it's a weird team that
Yeah, but I
Grizzlies.
guess he'll like replace Luke Kennard. I hope he can get. I really hope he can shoot the three better this year.
Find that shot back.
Yeah, he deserves it, man. KCP deserves the world.
Not the only guard the Bucks brought in. They re-signed Ryan Rollins to a 3-year, $12 million deal. Ryan Rollins, who appeared in the playoffs for them. So
I don't really remember him that much. So,
yeah,
but cool, good for him.
yeah,
Isaiah Jackson signed a 3-year, $21 million deal to return to the Pacers. It's big. I didn't realize he was up for a, extension or, to sign a deal as a free agent. But
right.
Pacers have no centers now. So it's nice that they're getting someone that
Hey,
they like. Oh,
don't
they,
talk
they
about
got Jay
Jay Huff
Huff.
like
They got Jay
that. Come
Huff.
on,
They
Tony
got Jay
Bradley,
Huff.
Thomas Bryant. Come on.
Okay, they have no centers right now. So, no, no, no. They like Isaiah Jackson. I like him a lot too. I think he fits. He's a really good defender, and it's hard to fill that Miles Turner void, but keeping him there definitely helps. And they also brought in Jay Huff. I don't know if we mentioned that last pod,
We did.
but okay, cool.
Yeah.
So legend.
Um, yeah, interesting team over there without Halliburton and stuff. It's going to be a
Yeah,
weird year for the Pacers. Um, Herb Jones signed a 3-year, $68 million extension with the Pelicans. He wasn't a free agent. I think he still had 1 or 2 years left on his deal. So this just kind of keeps him there for the long haul. 3 years, 68. So what? That's 23-ish a year.
yeah.
With the cap rising and stuff, I feel like that's a good deal for Herb Jones. I really like Herb Jones. Love his defense. Hate that he changed his number from 5 to 2. Um, his
Same.
three ball has been getting there, I think. It's not super consistent, but I think it's better than when he entered the league. But I like him as a player.
Yeah, I think that's a really good deal. It seems like a lot, but by the time this kicks in, it will probably be about the norm for someone of his stature playing like that, like basically defensive specialist who is going to get better at the three the more he plays. So
Right.
definitely a good deal. Another player who signed an extension, even though his deal wasn't up, was Devin Booker. He signed a 2-year, $145 million max extension that will bring him through 2030. It's a lot of money.
Big deal. That's
It's a lot
that's
of money.
70 plus mil a year.
It's crazy. Money is insane. They can't they can't give us a couple thousand. Dang, Jeez. That could come in handy right now. I'll tell you that much. But
Yeah.
I mean, Devin Booker has stated he wants to stay with the Suns for his career. He wants to be a lifer. I respect that. We'll see if that happens. If that's smart for the Suns to do. It's not just about what you want. It's a business at the end of the day. So we will see what the Suns do. But it's nice to see. It seems like he is committed to being there for the future or the foreseeable future.
Yeah, it's weird because I think you would probably say that Devin Booker is already a top 3 player in franchise history, if not number one. I can think of Charles Barkley didn't spend a lot of his career there, but when he was there, it was really good. Same thing
Hmm.
with Steve Nash, um, and a couple other players. And he does have the most points in franchise history. We talked about that this past season. Um, in terms of where he's at in the league. Would you say Devin Booker's a top 10 player?
It's tough because I want to, but I feel like a lot of players are really coming up, like really kind of replacing older players. But, I probably would say that without thinking too hard about it.
I,
It
I would
seems
lean
fair.
like I would lean like 15 and 20.
Yeah, I'd have to like start naming people, but like you hear his name, you think he should be at least like out of the shooting guards. He's probably like top 10, but
He's
like when you
number
throw
out of
like
the shooting guards, he's number 3. I
Yeah.
thought about this. It's Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker. Those are like the top three. When we do our shooting guard predictions, he'll be an S tier, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Um, but thinking about the league wide, like, will this guy lead your team to a championship, et cetera, et cetera.
Do you want
Um,
should we just name everyone who's better than Devin Booker right now?
I mean, we could if you want to. I
Well,
could name a lot of people.
okay, so Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell. Then let's go Giannis Antetokounmpo,
Yep,
Nikola Jokic,
yep.
um, Luka
LeBron,
Doncic.
is he better than Booker right now?
I'd probably say so, right?
Okay, sure. Kevin
LeBron
Durant.
James, Kevin Durant.
Are we excluding injured players?
I was gonna say probably not. Yeah, like Kyrie, we're gonna say,
I was gonna say
or
Tatum.
Damian Lillard. Yeah. No, we can
Um,
include him. Damian Lillard.
think David Lillard's better than I don't think David Lillard's better than
Wait,
Devin Booker
who
right
are you
now.
gonna say?
Tatum.
Oh, Jason. No, he's not better.
That's crazy.
Jason Tatum.
Is
Um,
Jaylen Brown better?
Jalen Brown because he at least has like done it, and then Devin Booker.
Yeah. Did you say Luca?
I just said Luca. I did say Luca. Yeah, I didn't
Healthy
say Anthony
Healthy
Davis.
Joel Embiid?
No, come on, man.
No, you don't
Dude,
think so?
he's been too wishy-washy for me to put him up there now.
Okay.
Um,
Anyways,
anyways, yeah. So at
seventy
least top
billion
15.
dollars.
Top 15.
$70 billion, a lot of money.
Yeah.
The Suns also, there's been a lot of talks about them doing with Bradley Beal what the Bucks did with Damian Lillard, where they waive and stretch his contract out. So if you think to 2030, 2029, whatever, when Devin Booker is like in his 30s, making $70 million, and they have, let's say, 15 to $20 million of dead cap from Bradley Beal's wave and stretch, that could not look so good on your books, and you won't have money to kind of sign other guys and stuff like that. So, I think it's one of those things where, like, yeah, that's like the best guy in franchise history, so I guess we must give him all the money. Um, but also, it's not like this team is going anywhere anytime soon. And this, along with the Bradley Beal thing, is probably not going to help.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was mentioning, like he wants to be a lifer, but maybe it's not the best for the Suns organization for him to be a lifer. So, the time comes around, they do waive Bradley Beal and stretch his contract. There's like some dead like 20 million on the books, and they're like, all right, we should trade him to get $70 million worth of assets back. Is probably, you never know. That could be the move back in that
Hmm.
time. Or you just don't buy out Bradley Beal and you deal with it, or you talk to him about a trade, or no, you know what I mean? I know he's in
Yeah,
no
he has
trade
only, I
clause.
think, 2 more years maybe on his deal.
Yeah, so it's like, but he's still a viable player. At least if you don't want him on the team, then like talk to him and don't just do the. I really don't like the idea of buying him out and stretching across like multiple seasons. That seems a little like,
They're like the Lakers and LeBron Dang.
yeah. Well, I guess I've always heard about that, but I didn't realize that's what it was,
I
which
don't
is
know if that's
also
what it was either. I just remember, like, I feel like I remember
we
playing
owed money.
2K and
Yeah,
looking at their salary cap, and it was like Luol Deng for like 3 more years, and I was like, this guy hasn't been in the league forever. What? How are
yeah.
they
No,
paying him?
I remember they talked about that on that Lakers podcast I listened to. They talk
Yeah,
about that, like how like finally the all dings off the books. This was like 2 years ago. Like, dude, he hasn't played in so long. It's crazy. Um,
nuts.
yeah.
Let
Anywho,
me take these next three all in one, and then we can talk
go
about them.
off, go off.
Chet Holmgren signed a 5 year, up to $250 max rookie extension. Jalen Williams, J Dub, 5 years, up to $287 million max rookie extension. Paolo Banchero, 5 years, up to $287 billion max rookie extension with a player option, which hasn't been done since Luca and Trae Young, like 4 years ago. So here's why I wanted to take all three of these at the same time. You'll notice I said up to for each of them.
Yeah.
So the base rookie max, I had to do a lot of digging into this, is 5 years, 239 million. The up tos represent incentives such as All NBA teams, awards, DPOY, MVP, blah, 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 blah. As we've talked about before, when players get that, and then they can qualify for the Supermax um, after this contract. So the rookie max, I believe, is 25% of the salary cap. So with the
Hmm.
projected salary cap limit over the next 5 years, that's 5 years, 239 million. Chet's just goes up to 250 million. From what I was reading, what I understand, um, I think that up to 250 million, 11 million, not a lot of room for incentives. I think it really is just in case the cap increases more than we think it's going to increase. The 287 million for J-Dub and Paolo, that includes those award incentives, all NBA incentives, etc. So
Okay.
it's 25% of the cap, and you can make more if you make teams and stuff. Although it's really weird because I was also looking into it for awards and stuff. If you have to make an All NBA team in year four of that deal specifically to get that
Hmm.
incentive. So like if somebody makes an All NBA team next year, but then they don't 2 years from now, they don't qualify for the Supermax because you have to make it that specific year that you're about to get that extension, not just
Interesting.
any time in the 4 year gap. So it's really strange how they do that. But the Supermax, which we've seen players like SGA just signed a giant Supermax, that's 35% of the cap. So 10 more percent than the rookie max. But you can also
That's
have the
crazy.
incentives for all NBA and stuff in there. So it's a projection based on how much they think the cap is going to be. It's not an actual number like you're earning this exact amount of
Yeah,
dollars.
gotcha. Thank you for explaining and doing the research because I read this and I think like the up twos is just kind of all based on incentives.
Hmm.
So it's good to know. My only question about these, I mean, well, how do you feel about them? I was going to talk. You want me to answer that, or you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead. I feel like I just talked for a little bit, so.
Yeah, well, I was going to say I like J Dubs. He's an all-star, all defensive team, just got a championship. Makes sense. Paolo hasn't won a championship, but he was an all-star. Definitely has shown like the potential. And last year he was like, and for us he was like our one of our like
It was
upsets was that
like
he would be MVP for
Yeah,
this
like
that
first
last
week
year
of the
because
season, it was looking like that.
it
Let me
was
ask you
cooking.
this. So it sounded like you like J-Dub's contract more than Paolo's based on what you just said. Do you think J-Dub's a better player?
That's a really good question. I think that J-Dub fits the model for the Thunder better, but not necessarily that he's a better pull. I don't know. I would probably say J-Dub's a better player, actually. I like the defense. Paolo is still working on it.
Yeah, Paolo's the
Um,
primary option, J-Dub's the secondary option, so
yeah, so
different
maybe
roles that
if
they have to
yeah.
fulfill.
Yeah, so I'd probably say J-Dub. But all this to say that I think Chet Holmgren's is a bit strange
Okay.
because he hasn't been an all-star. He's only been in the league. This is his second year, right?
Yeah, he was injured his rookie year, so this was his
Technically his second year.
technically his second year. Yeah, so
Yeah, like
this is after year three,
you couldn't wait.
right?
I'm like, wait to sign. Like, what if next year he's not good at all? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Not that I have a lot of faith in Chet Holmgren, but I think there's a little bit too much anticipation for signing this. Like, what if someone else goes off and then like they're stuck paying him and he's not as good as he once was, you know? I don't know. That's just I think for me that seems a little soon. One more season, then do it. And also wasn't like he wasn't worth this money in the finals. Like he wasn't playing amazing except one game and he was blocking people left and right.
Yeah.
But like I like Chet. I just think it's a little soon to be signing a max rookie extension. I think one more season would have made more sense.
Yeah, I think next season is when he'll be a free agent. So this is kind of beating the free agency punch. But if you're setting him to a max anyways, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Because he'd be a
Um,
restricted free agent anyways, right?
right, exactly. And then, of course, this puts the Thunder in an interesting position because now they sign SGA to that super max, J-Dub to the max, Chet to the max. Next season, Chet, I think none of those contracts kick in until the season after. So next
Yeah.
season they're fine, but then I think like the season after, they just go from below the tax to into the second apron. So they will have some decisions to make there. And this is where the second apron, I think, becomes kind of a conversational piece because it was originally, I think, voted on by the owners, one, so they don't have to spend money. Two, because of teams like the Warriors and the Clippers who are getting a bunch of free agents, trading for people, paying them out of kind of the owner's pocket. Whereas the Thunder are an example of a team they traded for Shea and the Paul George trade, of course, but they drafted J-Dub, they drafted Chet, they're having success. And now, a couple of years from now, the second apron will come rearing its ugly head. And it's kind of just punishment for building a team correctly. So like that kind of sucks, you know. That's where the second
Yeah.
apron's like, oh, maybe this wasn't the greatest idea, because now it's like, how is how they're gonna have to play the system kind of to stay under the second apron, but also competitive by moving not these guys around probably because they're making max, but those deals they got for Hartenstein and Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, those kind of players, they'll probably have to move on to younger guys, and they keep drafting guys too, so that'll be a part of it as well. But we'll see how this team looks. I think they'll be fine next year. The year after that, they'll have to start making some moves for those cap reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see that. Anthony Davis underwent surgery to repair a detached retina that he suffered at some point last season. I remember. He is expected to be ready by training camp. I remember he was like touching his eye a whole bunch, like after December. It was just like, and they always commentators always talked about it, like, look like something's going on with his eye. Someone hit him in the eye every game. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense. He has a detached retina.
Yeah, that
God.
doesn't sound pleasant
Sounds
at all.
terrible. Yeah.
Yuck.
But we got a trade. Let's talk about this trade.
Talk about it. The Wizards traded Kelly Olynyk, who they just got, really, to the Spurs for Malachi Branham, Blake Wesley, and a 2026 second round pick. So, I don't know what the point of this trade was, really. I think it's nice for the Wizards to get two young guys who I like. You know, they're okay players, Malachi
Yeah.
Branham, Blake Wesley. Maybe the idea for the Spurs is that they just weren't going to get a lot of run over there. They're probably both expiring, I would imagine, on rookie free agent deals here pretty shortly. So now the Spurs don't have to worry about that. Kelly Olynyk can provide some stretching off the bench if they want to do that. They can. Okay. I guess they are pretty guard heavy over there in San Antonio, so this makes sense to get rid
hmm
of two guards.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's what made sense to me. Probably like also like I think it's expiring, they'll have to be paid and they probably don't want to have to pay him and they'll have a better opportunity with the Wizards anyways. I like Kelly Olynyk. It's crazy to me he gets traded all the time. Like I really liked him on the Raptors. Also
We
because
went
he's
from
Canadian.
what do you go from like the Jazz to the Raptors to the Pelicans now to the Wizards and then the Spurs. Like
Yeah.
five teams in the last year and a half.
Yeah. What did Schroeder say? What did Dennis Schroeder say?
Ah, classic.
Anywho's, so I like Kelly Olynyk on the Spurs though. I think it'll be good. I like that they have like he's taller and he can stretch. Like I like Luke Kornet backing up or starting.
Mm.
You know, you probably won't start. They'll probably have Wemby starting at the five, right?
Probably Wimby and so on will be
Yeah.
their front
And
court.
then like, you have Luke Kornet coming off the bench giving you like a solid 15 minutes and then you can have Olynyk coming on. So I like this for the Spurs and then you don't have to worry about these younger players and paying them at some point. So I think they're just loading up, which is good. Another trade, I think to me this is a more interesting trade
Oh yeah.
personally. So the Clippers traded Norman Powell and a second round pick to get John Collins. The Jazz traded John Collins to get Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a Clippers second round pick. The Heat traded Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson to get Norman Powell. So basically, Norman Powell is on the Heat, and the Jazz now have Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson, and the Clippers have John Collins. What do you think?
Yeah, my first kind of gut check reaction was awe for Norman Powell after a near All-Star season he just had for the Clippers. I think we may have both had him on our All-Star teams. He, of course, did not end up making it. But a great season for him nonetheless. I think for me this is another money thing, I think, because Norman Powell and the Clippers they couldn't quite work out an extension, I read into. They couldn't agree on a number and a length. I think Norman Powell, if I'm not mistaken, wanted a longer deal, like a 3 or 4 year deal. But the Clippers right now are signing everyone to deals that are going to line up with Kawhi and James Harden's current deals, so they can kind of all expire at the same time. Um, and I guess they were just so attached to that they ended up getting rid of him. John Collins, we talked about last podcast, accepting his player option, so he will expire after this year. Um, I like John Collins for the Clippers as a player. The vertical ability with James Harden, who is a known lob thrower. You don't really get that from Zubac or Brook Lopez, but you can get it from John Collins. So that kind of adds a different element to their offense, I think. Um, is it worth giving up Norman Powell to get him? That I'm not that sure of. But we'll see. The Heat getting Norman Powell for Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson, A plus. Love that for them. The Heat always find a way to do a little move like this and just get a player for nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Kevin Love. You know, one of my favorite players. I think I talked about way back in episode one of this podcast. Um, but he's old and he's on his way out. Of course, I can't even imagine he'll stick around in Utah. Maybe they'll buy him out or I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, doing the Norman Powell.
So we're not going to get those
You don't get to
anymore.
see that. Yeah, you don't get to see that anymore. Now you get it from John Collins instead.
I'm upset. That's fine, I guess. As
Uh,
long as they do something like that, it's crazy.
Kyle Anderson, fine player, not as good as Norman Powell. So love the trade for the Heat, and then the Jazz get rid of John Collins, who was expiring, to get Kevin Love, who I don't think they'll play. I don't know if he'll even make it to training camp, and then Kyle Anderson, veteran presence, I guess. Maybe it was a trade for them to not have to fake injuries for their players, and now they can actually play their young guys and not worry about their good players. I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess.
I mean, the
But
Jazz have a
they
lot of good young players. Like I just want them to play them, you know?
Well, with John Collins out of the way, they'll have a little more of a chance to do that. And I just gotta get rid of Laurie Markkinen, and then it'll just be young guys central over there.
Yeah, except for Kyle Anderson and Kevin Love. And
I
Yusuf
don't.
Nur. Hey, don't forget Yusuf Nurkic. He's still over there, man.
Are you sure? Can I? Is it okay if I forget?
Dude, that's what's crazy. It's like, yeah, they have all these now. They have a lot of really great young guys, and then they're like, oh, okay, we got these three old people, three elderly
But
on the
like
team.
Kevin Love and Yusuf Nurkic and Kyle Anderson aren't like players you probably feel pressured to play.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Which is good, but also I want them like Kyle Anderson still has some run in him.
Yeah,
Yusuf
he out of
Nurkic
the three,
can
he's the
back
one
up
that's the
somebody.
best.
Yeah, and Nurkic can back up a center. He's a fine backup. Kevin Love, is definitely just going to be a presence guy. Just take him back to the Cavs on a minimum and just let him be there just to end out his career or
Just
something, you
hang
know?
out. Yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, I mean, I like this a lot for the Heat. I like Norman Powell a lot. It's going to be upsetting to go to the Clippers and root for them without someone I'm really a fan of. I like John Collins. I like Ivica Zubac, but I like Kawhi Leonard, but when he plays. So Norman Powell was fun. Thank you Norman Powell for being on the Clippers and making them fun. I appreciate that. But happy for him to go to the Heat. He can really up his value over there and then get a good long deal that he wants after this season when he hasn't up for an extension, you know? So we'll see. Is he
Yes,
starting
sir.
over on the Heat, you think, or he's coming off the bench?
That's a good question because they have Tyler Hero. Of course, it's going to start. Bam is going to start.
Davion Mitchell.
And do you think they'll start Davion Mitchell?
I think
If
so,
they
point
start
guard.
Davion Mitchell, then they can't start Norman Powell. They can't have one of those guys be their three.
I was gonna say I think Norman Powell would just be like off the bench like a six man again.
Yeah. Wiggins still over there, I
Hmm.
think.
Yeah, still
Um,
is.
and maybe you start like Jaquez, Jokic, or
Yeah.
Jovic, not Jokic.
Jovic, yeah.
One of those guys at the four.
Yeah. I think Davion Mitchell to handle the ball, and then you got Tyler at your two. Yeah, I think that's a solid starting lineup. It's just
Yeah, you probably don't want a ton of Norman Powell, Tyler Hero minutes because that defense will be not there.
nope, they will be scoring, but they will not be stopping.
Right.
But yeah, that's what's kind of been up. Like we mentioned Summer League in the beginning. That's really what's most been going on, but it's not over yet. So really nothing to talk too much about. Cooper Flag is looking good. That's all I can really say about that.
He's looking great.
And Cole Swider's still on the Lakers after 40 years on the Summer League team. So
Yeah, we've
crazy to
we've
me.
had a couple. I mean, just the names that come off my head. Um, nope, I forgot.
None.
Uh,
I know there.
Ryan Nimhard, Andrew Nimhard's brother, has had a good game.
Oh, cool. Bronny had a good game. Bronny was playing pretty well in
Yeah,
Summer
sure he
League.
did.
Dude, what the heck, man? Come on. Let me say one nice thing about the Lakers. God, I already was saying look, not everyone can be the Rockets right now, okay? I'm stoked for you,
It
but let
feels
me
good.
let me just let me just say one good thing, okay? God, I need this, man. It's not great. And it was so funny because Laker fandom was at an all-time high in February after the Luka trade, and now I
Mhm.
feel like it dips. It's just dips
It's
again.
back at the bottom.
Dude, I love being a Lakers fan. This is awesome. But yeah, so that's kind of everything that's going on right now. Next time we're going to talk about Summer League and a couple more
Yeah.
deals if they happen. I'm going to be leaving soon enough to England and France, but we will have some episodes ready to go for you. Uh, Probably some little trivia stuff that we're going to record in a bit. So really excited about that and excited for the season coming up. But yeah, anything else you wanted to add before we end the pod?
No, that's all for us. Check out the ethical ball video if you haven't to learn about why we went this direction. And yeah, you'll have episodes from us here. We'll pre-record some, like you said, for the future, and then we'll have some 22-man game coming up as well. But off season is here, but it never stops for us.
Absolutely not. Can you take the shot real quick?
Oh, I forgot to get that. I forgot to get my ball. I gotta get my ball. It's your job to entertain while
Okay,
we
I'll
do.
entertain while you're on. Yeah, so we really appreciate everyone listening and commenting and talking to us about the game, and we hope
No
that
one
with
comments.
the
What are you talking?
I get people texting me. Okay, I get people
Okay.
texting me.
Put it on the video,
Um,
man.
Yeah, but no, we appreciate all of that, and we're really excited to really bring in Jared as like a third person, and going to be more active on social media and things of that nature, and hope to see y'all on there as well to talk to and talk about basketball and things we love. So, with that, Damon's going to take the shot.
Yes, I am. Here it goes. Yeah.
That was closer than it's been in a while. But wait, for the football podcast, you think you're going to throw a football through a hoop or something?
I haven't really thought about it. That's my bed. That's coming forever. Um,
Yeah, yeah, goodbye.
I haven't thought about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll like bring my cat in and give her some gloves. See if she can catch.
Oh my God. Well, that'll be fun. Anyways, thanks for listening to Two Man Game with Damon and Dom.
Buckets.